So tell me about yourself, Prashant, because you and I have been talking, I feel like, on LinkedIn for a while now.
Couple
Yeah.
years. We are connected 5-6 years, and
Yeah.
I think I posted a video back in a day about how I'm privileged to be Canadian.
Yeah.
It was one of the time when it was, fatigue is a big thing.
Mhm.
Coming back from Fort McMurray, went to the ditch, and
Yeah.
15, 16 people stopped to help me.
That was such a great, I remember you sharing that
You know what I
story.
mean? Like, that's when we actually connected, and
Mhm.
it's how our conversation started.
Well, I've had, there was a guy here I did a podcast with, I'm going to say about a week and a half ago, Joel. Same thing. So I got a flat tire up in Fort Mac, so I was driving back to camp at the Wapasu camp one night and changing a flat, and he pulled over and said, "Hey, do you need some help?" So at the time, I said, "No, actually, I just texted the mechanic. He's coming right behind me because we left the site last or whatever." But we connected, same thing. So he sent me a message on LinkedIn. We stayed in touch, and he sat where you're sitting 10 days ago, and we had a conversation. It's funny. So I guess go back as far as you want, Prashant. For anyone who doesn't know you.
For me, my name is Prashant Sharma. Right now, I'll start from the current thing. I'm a father. I have 2 kids, a son who's really bossy, and a daughter who's very loving.
Awesome.
A wife. Currently work for a company called Option Construction Corp.
Cool.
I have been with that company since February of 2023. The reason I work there and I really like to work there is because 2 things. One, the owner provide the budget, and the general manager, Randy Miller, supports any initiative I have taken ever.
I love that.
It's very rare you find a blend where money and support comes together, so, which is a very good thing.
And I get it, because budgets are a real thing.
Before that, I was actually, when you talk about Bapasu camp, I was with Graham Construction. I was senior. They call you senior. I'm not senior yet.
Yeah, you look pretty young.
I was a consultant, safety consultant, worked for Graham Construction at the project side, and I was at Bapasu and Syncrude.
Okay.
Before that, I was working with CNRL. I did a VDU unit, supported a major project. It was just a 5 months project.
Oh, so you're very familiar with this area then?
A little bit, yeah. And then before that, I was working for a company called Morgan Construction.
I know Morgan, yeah.
Before COVID, I worked only 2 companies. One was a company where I started at Fort Hills, start to finish. I did with them. Like, you're breaking the ground and turning the switch on for the operations to walk in.
What a cool experience to see it start to finish.
Yeah, it's very, very, I'd say I'm grateful for that experience. So I can talk about underground, vertical, horizontal, mechanical, like the whole thing. You have seen it all step by step, and it was 3 years.
And most people don't have that experience.
I'm very grateful. And as a safety guy for mechanical trades, you have. And I'm talking about 10 years ago, where you have to physically, type the JSAs and work with, literally have to beg the foreman, hey, can you please tell me what is the procedure? Because nobody in mechanical knows everything.
Yeah.
People think they do, but. Now, if you ask me, the more I know, the more I don't know.
I know. Yeah, exactly. I know.
So, and I did there from start to finish, and after that, I worked with a guy. I worked for a company called Flint. It used to be called Clearwater Energy Services.
Okay.
Clearwater Energy Services bought the union division of Flint.
Okay.
Same brand, but they different acronyms they use. So for there they used to do shutdown, turnaround, maintenance for anywhere they are. But my main project where I would say was what do you call it, Syncrude.
Okay.
Base plant. So I was there for 3.5 years, like started in May of 2027 until March 20, when I was on the phone with all the directors.
Yeah, we all got those calls.
You have to lay everybody off, and then on your way home, they call you, hey, sorry to say, but...
Yeah.
So that's when the life actually changed for me.
Okay.
I've never cared about anything. You know, you work hard, you're a young guy, life is working for you. You're never stressed about anything. Now here I'm home with my family. So you, your kids, your wife, you all are getting up with no purpose. And for a week it was okay. Like, you know, you do a little bit of drinking and party, but after a week, when you've been working for so long, it just hits your head. So my journey of learning more and so one thing I would say, if somebody asked me what the best thing you can do as a human being, human beings are not designed to sit behind a desk.
Agreed.
Okay, they have to do and go out and take one thing. Do some form of physical activity every day. It doesn't matter if you're 20, it doesn't matter if you're 40 or 60. The older you get, what you do in your younger self, it's like putting money in your RSPs. At the end, it'll help you. You wouldn't know till you get there.
That's good advice. I know I've talked to other people who are either retirement or contemplating retirement, and that's what they worry about sometimes, because they've seen other people retire and they just stop moving.
Yeah.
And, without a sense of, purpose, like meaningful purpose, and it doesn't need to be work, but just to work all your life and then just to stop, and you lose that sense of purpose and contributing to something, I think it really has a negative influence on people.
Definitely. If you look at it, I read a lot of other stuff you do. One of the things I was reading a book about, and which talks about a purpose. The gist of that book was Japanese people. They say, even if you retire, move, do something, help, volunteer, do something. So taken back to then what happened during COVID is my when I was a little kid, in 3 or 4 years old, there was a teacher who taught me, when you're alone and you can't help, you're not getting any help, try to be somebody who can help others. And the only way you can do it by gaining knowledge, skill set, trying things, and then you can teach. You cannot teach things which you have no experience on. So I started reading books. There was a book called Panic to Power. Very, very powerful book for anybody who are struggling with any kind of change. It teaches you little things. For an example, they give you an example. What is anxiety? Anxiety is anticipation of something which hasn't happened yet. You're, Tony Robbins says.
And something that may not happen.
It may not happen, yeah. You're just living it, and it's just in your head. And sometimes anxiety can take 200 kilometers an hour to keep you up all night.
I've wondered, sometimes, people struggle with anxiety naturally, but other people, it seems like in society, it's so chaotic and divisive and uncertain. It seems like everyone struggles with it a little bit.
Yeah, and so there are. I will explain you a little further. There is anxiety. There is stress. Stress has two forms. They say safety guys, books. I learned this from CRSP study guides. The stress has two forms. One is EUSTRESS, which is called eustress. But that means the stress, which is a good stress for me and you to do a good job, get here on time, and do the right things and be a little bit competitive.
Oh yeah, it elevates our performance.
Right, and then there's something called distress. Distress is what is bad. So what is distress? Distress is something which area of your life you need to do some action. It's like you sit at a place for 2 hours. Your pelvic floor needs some movement. You need to move and you're not moving. Well, that'll go in your head. Same way, how many times, if you have any friend, you stay in camp?
Yeah.
So how many times you go meet people? You go to. I try to go to gym 3-4 times.
Me too. Yeah.
You take somebody who has never been, and all he did with you, 1 week, he went on a treadmill, and after that he's like, I feel really good. I don't know what. well, the distress which is developing, you're killing it.
like
And as long as you're killing it, you're beating it. Well, this is what I learned. Like when we were born, there are two types of, I'm not a scientist, but two types of molecules. One is good, one is bad. As long as good are winning, I'm alive. Right? So same for the chain neurological. All the neurological disorder starts when you stop doing things which are very simple, basic. Like the basic thing is grounding. Eating 3 meals a day, drinking enough water, just basic stuff. Go in fresh air. So like basic things like do you hunt?
I don't, but I have lots of friends that do.
If you have friends who hunt or fish, study shows, and it is written that if you go hunting and you're stressed, you come back, your stress is 50% gone, and that reflects on people's face too.
Oh yeah, most of my hunter friends, they always tell me like it's such hard work because they do so much time walking, but they find it very peaceful and therapeutic, just the walking side of it.
Yes. When you walk in the air, which is natural, it's totally different. Nutrition is one, physical activity is second, and being social is also very important. With this technological world of where you live in, if somebody really come and talk to you, like you should be grateful. So.
Oh, I think the importance of relationships. We all know relationships are important, but I don't think we realize, we spend so much time at work every day. Having meaningful relationships at work, I think, is more important than we realize.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at work, anywhere really. Like the most juice of your life comes from your personal relationship first, right? So I'm not as expert on relationship, but what I do is I build these circles. The circle inside is your family. After that, your work and people you talk to on a regular basis. Third is the people, and then the social media. Our problem these days is we are spending so much time here. So when you're really in a pickle, only people will help you is in these two circles. And the reason I'm saying all this because I was in the hospital once. I was alone, came to Canada alone. I had no friends, no nothing. You built everything by yourself. But one time when really I needed someone, 2 people who showed up. I was in the hospital, I had a surgery. 2 people showed up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And our Alberta Health Services is a really great thing.
Yeah.
They're good. They tell you to leave right away once their business is done. Even if you have an anesthesia in your system.
I know, get out. Yeah.
Which is okay, but hey, that was just a humbling experience of life.
Yeah.
And one more thing, a lot of men, they struggle explaining. There's a lot of stigma around. Like you gotta be strong, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. Well, it's true. Human are same. We also have feelings. A guy who's working in the field loved their kids and wife the same way the wife was looking after the kids. $3, and I don't know if by through your podcast, I want people to know, those who work in the field, they're not there for the scenery. They are there to provide.
Agreed.
Like you stay in those camps. Half of this studio is your room for 21 days. And sometimes it is very, and you eat the same monotonous food. I'm not saying anything bad about Bapisu, but 10 years ago I went to that place for an audit, and after that I was recently there in 2023. On Wednesday the menu hasn't changed.
I know. I know guys struggle with that. Even if the food's good, it's still monotonous.
It is. Yeah. And it's not just monotonous food. What they're doing for fun. They're not going out. All they're really doing, the morning starts really early. Yeah. You have to be on site at, let's say, 6 o'clock. You got to be up at 4, pack your bag, pack your lunch, eat something, shower, whatever, and back, walk, drive, or take the bus. Then you go.
Yeah.
So like life is not fancy there. It's just the guys are doing it for their family, for their loved ones, for them, like so that they can provide the things which, if they're in the city, that is very challenging to provide. So the support, and I'm not, I can only request that please support the man if he's doing it, because not all mans are doing what you think they do. 90% of them are really strictly working hard. Like it's not easy work.
No, it's not at all. I've been sharing lots of fly in, fly out work lately on LinkedIn, only because I think not a lot of people have ever considered it. Like they're so used to doing, like, say, housing construction or pipeline or oil and gas drilling or something, and they've never thought, well, maybe I should go up to the north of Canada, because a lot of these skill sets are the same.
Well, they are. It is a different. So 12. I did that for 12 years. Like not something I'm proud of, but something which was asked for, and you do what you do. I did that for 12 years, and it has its pros and cons.
Of course,
right? And every industry is different. Like residential, what we're talking about in the city is different. Commercial is different, and then industrial is totally different. The codes, the way safety, the way the compliance, the way quality, totally different. But if you look at it, yes, the power tools are the same, the hand tools are the same, the way the pace is a little different, but the way work is always same. And what you're sharing is phenomenal too. A lot of people don't even know that there are opportunities which are there. But if you take that opportunity, it'll changes the way you live, really.
I think so.
There is no comparison with what you make financially as compared to city and Fort McMurray,
for sure,
or anywhere north of Canada.
Yeah, but my idea too is I don't think people see themselves, because they're not conventional jobs, to go work in these northern camps. Like, people don't think if they hear the word oil and gas, but the oil and gas is so many different jobs that they don't see themselves as that person. But if they'd be willing to have the courage to try, I think it could change people's life, not just financially, but again, introduce them to a new community, a new industry.
Good thing and bad thing are everywhere. When you're talking about that, I always work with general contractors. A couple times with client, or general contractors. Whenever you work with general contractors, part of your job is to do orientations. I remember, if you're doing every 15 days, a group of people come and you oriented 25 people. 5 will last, 20 will say, it's not for me. And those who last, they're now, after 5-6 years, they all are either foremen, managers. It is a very different lifestyle. To be on the road, or to be on those isolated sites where there's nothing. I'll be honest with you, this Tim Horton cup is in my hand. When you're in Fort McMurray, this is a luxury.
Oh, I know it is.
I remember 2014 when I was at Fort Hills, which was my first safety job. Man, if somebody brought Tim Horton,
oh, that's amazing.
You're my best friend. I'm going to give you extra money. And
today's going to be a good day. So, of course, people always talk about the money. What are some other good things that come from this kind of work?
Well, good things is I will tell you a little bit what I have learned, and the best example you can give is yours. Okay, so for me, I was not a very good student. Score average 78%, 80% mark. That's it. So you lack a lot of things. What I did, I utilized it. I read around 200 books in my time. To people skills, to managing your finance, to all those little things. And you can actually commit to something and do it, because every day after day, you're coming back and you have nobody to disturb you. Second thing, if you have any fitness goal. So in 2019, just before COVID, I I lost 30 kilograms
That's incredible.
just by doing COVID. But because, the isolation has two ways. Either you use it to change yourself or go crazy.
For sure.
I just used it to change myself. I lost 30 kilograms. Put it all back, but because when you're in the city, the choices are lots.
For sure.
Right? So there are a lot of good stuff too. Plus, career-wise also, if you look at anyone, let's say a first-year apprentice pipefitter goes in, and he needs, 15. He will go finish 2 projects, and he'll be a journeyman based on the hours he'll get. So if you're looking at bright side, I know a lot of people. They started just as an entry level. Myself, I started as a sandwich maker. Not gonna lie, didn't know anybody. Sandwich maker, first 28 days. I put my heart, body, soul to it. Became a camp manager.
Cool.
Did that for a year and a half, and then broke my hand. A guy named Ian Carter called me. It's just a friendly call, same age. He used to work for Shell back then. Now he's with the gold mine. He said, "Why don't you do NCSO? You never know when you do things. You're a camp manager. You do investigations. You do talk in the meetings and blah 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 blah." I'm like, okay. I pursued it, and rest is history. I became a safety guy. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I was a depressed guy sitting at home who was. Because it happened at home, no WCB claim, no money, your girlfriend leaves you at the same time, life isn't good. So, learnings, you can learn a lot, and slowly, and from NCSO to CRSP to more and more and more, you read, learn. Also, one more good thing is, let's say, the book Panic to Power, the knowledge you taking, you actually can put to place when you're talking to people, when you're presenting, when you're in a situation where, and that's a street knowledge. It's not something which you go to University of Calgary to learn. This is a knowledge which is on the street, and then you connect differently with people.
Oh yeah, safety people get in the habit of talking so much, it's part of their job. But in camps, I think a lot of people don't use their time wisely necessarily. No. A lot of them maybe don't go to the gym, or they just go back to the room after dinner and just fool around on their phone for an hour before bed.
So when we talk about that, I was at Curlick and January. I was basically night shift, but it's Christmas is Christian thing, and I'm not Christian, so buddy said, "Hey," I'm like, "Dude, to go celebrate your festival, for me, I know, just go, I'll cover awesome. You." So I covered him during day shift. I did nights and days, so just for 1 week or a half or whatever, and part of that was I was to do a fresh start. I prepared really well for it. Had my superintendent and speak a little bit, whole people speak a little bit. In that, what I did it was about your voice matters, men's mental health.
I like that.
It was the crew was around 300 people in that room that day, and they were most of them were operators and laborers, right? So you're talking about. I gave just delivered a message, 45 minutes, talk about how men's mental health, you are not designed to sit either in a cab or in a car or in your camp room. Go and get out, do something. I personally, if you ask me as a safety guy, what is my biggest achievement? After that day, next day I went to gym.
Amazing.
In Vapisu, and I saw 50 boys and girls.
Oh my God, I love that.
For me, that was a win.
Yeah.
People make a lot of money but if you can change, even if this much, that is the job satisfaction was paramount that day.
I love it because often we don't know For good or bad, I don't think we always understand the impact we have on people's lives.
Yeah,
And that's an example where you saw it.
yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you got to be really careful of what you say to people too, because a lot of time people just take it and run with it.
Yeah.
And when they run with it, they can either you can make or break them. So always try to make people, because as an older adult, I would say, our job is to show the right path.
For sure. I think once you're in a leadership role, I mean, that's part of your job, is to kind of create the guidance and create the culture and create everything about these projects, because most guys know their job. They can do it safely and they can do it very technically sound, so they know it. But there's also those, we always use the word culture, and it's such a buzzword, but it's a real thing that you can feel on some projects.
I wanna say something. Okay, when you talk about culture, I'll go a little deeper in it. So culture is a corporate word. Okay. We work for bigger organization which has multiple sites, 1 site, 2 site, 3 site. Let's consider them 4. What I call it, this is maybe I read it somewhere back in a day. I call it site climate.
I've never heard that word before.
It's okay. A leader, let's say for my company, Randy Miller is our leader. He make it that your job is secure. I will always find work for you. You will never be laid off. That kind of climate he creates.
That's incredible.
You know what I mean? Like he keep his words, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. Let's say if you work for a bigger company, let's say you work for Suncor. Different sites. Site leaders are creating site climate. And those climate ultimately make cultures, and then the culture will shift. So as a leader, we can only do is commit to changing the climate of our team. You can go further down. A supervisor or foreman can only look after their own team once, and step by step, all will lead to a very good culture.
For sure. I focus really hard on that, even on my projects, because I think I was that young guy at some point, and you're always paying attention, you're watching, the foremen and the superintendents, and I remember how closely I watched them and how they talked to the guys and whether I could feel that they cared or not and all those things. So because I remember that, I always try to be very mindful about how I talk to the guys, and it's easy for me because I have kids. So a lot of these young guys are about the same age as my kids. So I always think about them, oh, there's somebody's kid. So I always try to be extra gentle and patient and stuff.
What you're saying is true. Like for me, like I said, I came here alone. I had no relative, no nothing here. So anything I learn is from the people I reach out. I'll give you an example. When I stress out, I follow Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins says that you have to try, fail, try, and try every time, and something will come up. I'll give you an example. I didn't like that camp manager job's rotation. It was 21. Sometimes it become a little bit more. You're getting married. You wanted to have something which is more. And when you have established job, from there to go to a new career, there's always change. I just went on LinkedIn. I start calling people. It's very odd.
Oh, yeah, very hard.
And very odd. On a Saturday night, I called one guy. His name is Stuart Smiley. And he actually answered the phone, and he said, call me on Monday, we'll talk. Right now, it's not a good time, Prashant. I'm like, okay. So I took down his number.
Yeah.
And I met him after a month. That guy had incredible knowledge, skills, the best mentor you can learn from. Talk about change management. He talked about how you can polish your resume, how you can, one thing which I always take, that every day is an interview.
I like that.
Every day you go on a job is an interview. Show up prepared. Like a lot of good things I learned. And once you follow those, like for an example, I'll give you a basic example which I learned from him, that hey, any meeting you go to, go prepared.
For sure.
Like if you were to throw rocks at me today, I'm prepared to answer anything, just saying. What happens then is, I did that for 12 years now. I go to meetings, I know what I have, like you can steer the direction. But that was learning. That was one of the mentor. Then people become, you nobody should be afraid in asking questions and learning that, hey, I don't know. And I still do. I will reach out to you and say, hey, I don't know something. Because on the other hand, there is a thing called intervention. I don't know whether you know that word on site when somebody's not doing something. So when, like back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, if somebody were to intervene, people used to freak out. They still do, but the percentage is less. Younger people, they tend to try to abide by rules, follow more safety rules, because they have seen people either die or get really, really, out of the league for a few years and give lectures. And so for coaching, you can only coach somebody when you learn from somebody,
For sure.
Like just my 2 cents. It's like types of learning. You start, there are four ways of learning, right? You're unconscious, unaware, and incompetent. Then you become competent, but you're very conscious. Then you become, the next stage become you're unconscious and you're competent. That's when you produce the miraculous results in any field. Sorry, it's just a little.
No, I've heard that example given even with driving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
About when you're learning how to drive. So how have you been able to take a lot of this learning and mentoring that you've had in your own life from other people? Have you had the opportunity to try to pass some of this along to people?
I try to. So every year I mentor 3 to 4 NATE. NATE is an institute in NATE students of OHS. There is a thing called ERIC. ERIC is a society where international trained people come. I sit down with whoever they have. Right now I'm only mentoring one girl. Sit down, explain them that, if you're how to prepare for a job interview, how to sit down and learn things, and how to sell basically yourself, and be authentic too, because sometimes some people, which I see, AI is a good tool, but you should be using AI, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people don't put any brain to it, and like for a guy who comes from handwriting the resume to typing the resume to printing them and now making it with AI, I know the whole drill. So you know what I mean? So I do try to pass on. I'll give you an example. Last year, in last 2-3 years, with NATE people, we sat down. They created a project where there was a AI specially designed for safety people.
Okay.
So all the background stuff, I sit down, explain them what prompts what, and it is not that easy to incorporate, and what they need to do. It was a long 3-4 months process, but we did it. Then it was presented on a show. The year before that, the guys created a core program where basically, let's say you're an employer and you bought their program, and you wanted just somebody manage that. You press 1.1 is the company has a safety policy. It'll give you what you need to have.
Oh, awesome.
So I sat down, and I've been doing audits from 2013. So I sat down and I handwrite these guys put it in. Then one time a lady asked me that how a day of a safety guy in a day-to-day, one-day life, how blah, blah, blah. I did a video just for them, and they all watched it in the NATE exam.
Oh, I like that.
just and you try. If somebody's, this is what I say to anybody I'm teaching. As long as you're willing to learn, I will pass on the knowledge.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I mean, you can't really teach people good attitude. They have to kind of come with that on their own.
Learn. Same goes for me also. If I come to you that I know it all, you won't teach me anything.
But even what little that I've talked to you, you've been pretty giving about your knowledge. Like I remember you went to I want to say a conference 6 months ago or a year ago or something like that, and you created a LinkedIn video, passed along some of the highlights you took from the conference, and even that's so great.
So I'll tell you what happened, okay? So Joseph and our Daniel Smith was in there. I was sitting in, and I saw something. They're saying it. They're saying the youth unemployment right now is 20%, 17 to 20%.
That's insane.
And youth is 18 to 25.
That's so high. Like I can't believe it's that high.
It is highest it's ever been in Canada. I got, I was just, what the hell? Now, she and Joseph go on saying that I know these guys, they don't show up on time, they're on the phone all the time, they blah blah, they don't want to learn, they talk back. I wanted to do the video and share it with people that this is a genuine concern.
Yeah.
And when something is genuine, you need to change it.
And listen, yeah.
and it's not me saying. If Daniel Smith is saying, she probably have a data from a lot of people.
For sure.
Like
she wouldn't have said it.
No, and if Joseph is saying, he's a minister of immigration, he's a minister of our labor, and two more ministries he has. So he probably has data which I don't, or you don't know. You know what I mean? So if they're sharing it, make sure take something from it. It's like COVID happening. Put on your mask.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a lot of people have their own. 80% complied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So if there is an issue, be on a side to solve it, and life will be good.
But I always appreciate and I always thank people, because I've had a lot of young people from both SAIT and NAIT in particular, U of C a lesser extent, but lots from SAIT and NAIT reach out to me and connect on LinkedIn and ask questions, and I always thank them. I was like, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I appreciate it. Because I wouldn't have had that courage as a young person. Yeah. Maybe we didn't have the same mechanisms to reach out to people, but LinkedIn makes it so easy for them, so they do it. But they still took 5 minutes of their life to say, well, I'm going to talk to this guy and see if he'll answer.
You know what you're just saying on this? There's a lot of people who reach out to me. There's one girl who stood out. I usually, people reach out for help. There was a girl who reached out. She said, I looking, to be whatever mentor, and can you please help, blah, blah, blah. And she worked for Canadian Armed Forces right now.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome.
A girl from Calgary reach out, blah, blah, blah. That's good for her.
Well, I love it.
I'm really happy for her, for her to do thinking out of the box. And if you look at it with the world we are in, you have Facebook, Instagram. You want to buy something, you can buy online. You want to eat something, you can order from Uber Eats. Even the love affairs are all happening online these days. Somebody actually reaching out to physically phoning and talking to you. I'll do whatever you want.
Oh no, I think it's wonderful. Yeah, there's definitely, that's a skill set that seems to be not practiced enough.
Yeah,
lately.
I was so last year, me and my kid, we went walking and knocking the doors for Halloween. I think that is a skill which I was teaching my kid. This year it was very sad to see only 3 people came to my door.
What?
Yeah, it's not good. You know what I mean?
I wonder why.
Don't know. It was not in Edmonton. It was really bad weather, but it was not just my house. It was. In my opinion, it should be something practiced, and that is just the way community comes together.
Yeah, bring communities together. Yeah. I know we had a flood here in Bowness and other communities in 2013, I think. And it's remarkable how some of these events, that's a grand event, of course, but even like whether it's a community day, I think on June 20 or 21st every year, they have a community day. And I think it's good. We always try to participate in those because I think they're important to connect people, connect relationships.
Human talks
Yeah.
trump everything else. Like you should talk to humans. Connect with them on a different level, that's a different, totally different experience.
So tell me about, I know you're a big mental health advocate. How would you encourage people out there who still maybe aren't working and are struggling, and especially nowadays, what advice would you give them if they asked you?
Well, first, start moving. Because if it is in your head, it is dead. Get up. So for me, I'm not saying that I've always worked. But I still get up every day in the morning, take shower, work out, and ready to rock and roll. And rest is up to the big Lord, what He wants to give me. You know what I mean? So one thing, if somebody is struggling, make a schedule. Because when you make a schedule, I don't know how many times you wake up with your clock.
Yeah, I start rolling around usually before it goes off every day.
Mine goes off whatever time, and I'm up at 4:50 every day without alarm. Before, when I was in Fort Mac, it was 3:30 every day, whatever. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, once you make a habit, a good one, it doesn't break. Also, there is a thing. When you make a good habit, you have to stress a lot. For bad habits, when you make a good habit, it is hard. Bad habit doesn't have any flow, it just happens. It's like smoking or drinking. You want to limit yourself, you can. Very hard. Not limiting, not hard at all.
Well, I heard a good expression recently. It was by Jimmy Carr, a comedian, and he goes, you can either have an easy life now and a hard life later, or you can choose to have a hard life now and an easy life later.
Yeah. Well,
and he said basically it's like postponing, where do you want to...
Delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification, yeah. So make your choice now because it'll impact your whole life.
Oh yeah. I not saying what you're saying is so true, because if you look at it, a lot of things, when you know and you little step back and listen, a lot of people still working on those. The reason you crossed those hurdles because you decided the one day, this is it. I don't want to do it.
I like the idea of continually growing and learning and trying to improve your life at any age. I think it's important.
And there are things you can do. Okay, if you are if you want, there is basic meditation stuff. Sit down. And if you don't know anything, just breathe 25 times, longer breathe. You will see that if you do that 3 times a day, and I'm not saying because of any religious thing, 3 times a day, 3 times a day, just take a breathe like this. Do that in 45 seconds. After you do, your stress level reduced to 20%. There are some poses you can do. You stand up, put your hand on your waist and stand for 2 minutes. They say
I've heard that. Do a Superman pose.
Yeah, it's called Wonder Woman pose. And it'll spike your decision making for 30% better. This is just some example. Learning is that engage yourself in purposeful living. If let's say you're not doing something, like right now we're talking, your phone is also going, my phone is also going. We're not looking at it because we are giving this priority. All I wanted to tell people who are struggling, give your life priority.
I like that.
And see the change happen. And in the life where we live in, good and bad are always fighting. If the bad always want to take over the good, but be good. And the more good you have in your head, it'll reflect one day. They talk all about law of attraction, and the main thing they forget about is ACTION. Attraction, you can only attract when you do some action. And sometimes attraction is just changing the way you think.
Oh no, I love it. Again, I keep going back to Jamie Carr. I just listened to his audio.
So he's a really good funny guy.
Really, he's funny, but he's got a really good audiobook where he talks about his life. It's a very tragic life, and he always talks about action and pursuing things. And he said, do you know where I was discovered as a comedian? In a comedy club, because I was there every single day. He said, just keep pursuing your life, and that's how things happen.
Yeah, that's a really, what he just said.
Mm-hmm.
He probably was there. He was looking, and he probably went home and thought, "Wow, I could have done better." There is a guy I work with. I want to share a story about this discovering. His name is Bruce. If you look up Google, he used to chase the puck when Wayne Gretzky was Oilers. Big guy. He came to work with me when I was at Yara, Belle-Plaine. I'm not saying I'm a very cool dude or whatever, but if I've been around, when I talk to somebody, I know what they're good at. 10 minutes talking, I'm like, I think Bruce, you know something. You're not like, what do you do? Like this is just a safety gig on a construction site. Putting coveralls on in the middle of -20. But what you really did in your life? Then he explained. So I'm like, I want to take you out for a dinner or lunch someday when we have 6 and like we were on a 6-1 rotation. I'm like, one day I want to take you out. He said, he was an old guy. He said, why? I'm like, well, just for my sake. So I went, we start talking, sat down, ate. And he tells me his story that when he was a kid, he used to listen to radio and he will record that whole thing and then just say the same things as if he'll play it on the TV and speak. The puck is going. So I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? He said, you know what law of attraction is? I lived those moments in my house, close my eyes, as if I am doing it for Oilers already.
That's amazing.
I'm like, holy.
And it worked.
And he said, one day, it worked.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So, if you Google it, you can just, Bruce, and Bruce, and you can hear his voice. Well, you know what I did? I learned a concept in leadership. You put aces at the places. I had him do all the orientation and training because the moment he stopped, man, he had some magic in his voice. That's law of attraction, learning and attracting and discovering what.
Oh, I know, I love it. I think about action all the time and gratitude and having good attitude and surrounding yourself with good people. That's how I live my life, and that's why I'm glad to talk to you.
I'm glad to be here. We were trying to meet for past a year, but it worked out today.
Well, I'm glad. Well, I hope you would consider coming down and maybe sitting down with me doing another one in the future.
Sure. Maybe this time will be more organized. We should have this time we just talk.
Well, but that's what I want to do, is just get to know you a little bit, and we'll see where these conversations lead. Well, why don't we end it here, and we'll just look forward to carrying it on next time, Prashant.
No problem. I want to end it with a message to all of
Please.
you. This is not how you will end this story. Go out and change.
I love
That's
it.
all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.